recording, we're going to work on prepping some images for a decal. Decal is a little bit different than a stencil. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I think on my last recording I had the internal microphone on here so you can pick up with the fan. So hopefully this is a better recording and you can hear my voice. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and in Photoshop create a new image. And so I want to do 4K texture. So it's going to be 496 by 496 or 4096. And these are by pixels. So we're going to go ahead and create. And I'm going to go ahead and open up some images that I have on my desktop. And I think you just saw it for a second, my little decal images. So I'm just going to go ahead, and these are things I just grabbed, and also some images that we found on the site. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to do Command A, which will select everything. Oops, it's on crop mode. So Command A selects everything, and I'm just going to go back into here, and one at a time, Command A, just grab them and dump them in here one at a time. You can see they're kind of small, not the highest resolution, but again, just trying to make, I don't know what that, and then My Little Pony. This is a elementary school, so I'm sure some cool kid put that in there. Alright, so we're going to put all our images in, and so now we're going to start to clean it up. So this background, we'll go ahead and delete that, and we do want the alpha channel, so that's the checkerboard you see here. So one at a time, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of the white on these and clean these up. Some have like information that we don't want. So one of the things is I'm just going to go ahead and use my polygon lasso tool, and we're just kind of interested in just this image right here. We don't want the background. So I'm going to go around, and you can see as I meet up my first corner, it goes into a circle, making that a full selection. So I'm going to go to select, and it's been a while. I'm going to inverse it, and I'm going to hit delete. Hopefully, oh, and also I should probably be on that layer that I want to delete. Delete, and I'm going to hit Command D, or select, deselect, and however you want to do it. And I don't know if we remember how we do our rulers, show rulers, and pull these up. Again, I just want you guys mastering all your tools, and so this is just within Photoshop, the basics, right? So what I want to do is stretch this out so it's nice and flat, so it's not warped. Remember, our camera does all kinds of weird things, even though I shot this flat. So I'm going to hit Command T, and again, we just like what we've done before, is hit Command. I'm hitting every key to figure out, because sometimes I forget also. And we're just going to try to flatten this out. So I can go corner to corner and pull this out. You kind of have to kind of go back and kind of in a concentric circle and adjust it. Okay, not the best image. It has some shadowing in here and so forth. That's fine. I go ahead and hit Command T and make this a little bit smaller. So I'm holding my Alt to keep the constraints down. And I'm just going to put this over here like so. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the next layer, which is kind of hidden. So I have to kind of use my move tool. Just like that. I'm going to hit Command T on that, make this a little bit bigger. Hit Alt to constrain it, or you're going to warp it. I think that's good. I'm just going to kind of, again, space these out. And then let's bring up my other guy here. And this one I do want to get rid of that white. And so I'm going to zoom in, show you guys how to use the zoom tool real quick. I think everyone knows how to use it, hopefully. And this isn't going to be pretty. I'm just going to go around and hit 4 points on this. So it's not going to show that beautiful rounded corner there. It's all right. I think people will forgive me. And then again, we inverse and hit delete. And then I'll hit Command D, which will undo that. Again, I'm going to Command T, stretch this up so we have a good pixel width, and again Alt to stretch it out. Okay, and hit Enter. Zoom out a little bit, and then my last character. Again, this is off the internet, and just as educational purposes, I'm just showing you how to take an image. And this one I'm going to use the ellipse tool. Just going to kind of go dead center and hit that, but you want to hit Alt and Shift to make a perfect circle. Again, I'm just going over little details that you guys should already know. And I'm just going to adjust this as a circle. You can use your arrow key to make micro adjustments. Again, what do we do? Select and inverse and make sure you got it on the right layer. If you get on the wrong layer, it won't work. And we hit delete or backspace and get rid of extra material. Again, this was stuff that was taken off the internet, so we're just educational purposes. We're just kind of playing around with this. All right, I'll go ahead and hit enter. All right, so we've got some decals that we can throw on our dumpster. Again, these are just randomly done. There's no chemicals in this dumpster or oxygen. That would be very, very dangerous. But there was a single stream recycling, and I'm sure there are some decals that kids put on out in the playground. So what we want to do is, we've got these on layers. We're just going to go ahead and hit Command E, or Apple E. I'm not sure what that's on Windows, but Command E, and we're going to compress all these layers. If you don't know what that hotkey is, you can always hit merge down, and it should be right here. Yep. So if you're on a PC, it'll show you what that is, but right here it's a Command E for a Mac and PC. I'm sure it'll show what that is. I'm sorry, I don't know what it is offhand. All right, so we have all these layers compressed down. Number one, you want an alpha channel. You don't want a white background. You want this to be alpha for this to work for our decal. All right, and I may just end it there, or I may go ahead and give this a go. So what we're going to do is, this is going to be our base layer. So I'm going to call this a base layer. And for this to work, we have to have multiple layers to make this a decal. So we have to have a roughness, height, and metal, and also a normal map. So we're going to go ahead and duplicate layer. And you can actually drag that and duplicate the layer too. Many ways to duplicate a layer. And we're going to go ahead and call this roughness. And we're going to go ahead and grab that roughness, and we're going to go into image, adjustment, and levels. And we want this to be all white. All right, so you just see I just kind of went from right to left and made that all white. This is our roughness. So we're going to hit okie dokie. All right, and I'm going to duplicate this again. I think you can go down to that folder. Let's see. All right, I guess to that plus sign can duplicate also. So we don't want to call this roughness. We want to call it height. So H-E-I-G-H-T. We'll misspell it. Don't worry about it. We're going to select it. We're going to go rinse and repeat, and we're going to do adjustments and levels again. And this one we want kind of a gray. So I'm just going to kind of go in here. And I think the gray is, you could type in 128. Hit enter. And we're good to go. And we're going to do one more layer. And again, same thing. adjustments, levels, and for this one we want all black. So I'm going to go up on my levels. I think the outputs are 0, 0. Hit OK. And this will make sense once we get it into Substance Painter. You'll need all these different layers, so things will flatten out, or it will inherit all those textures like the rust and so forth. It'll have a bumpiness, and we don't want that for a decal. Decal has its own life, right? It has its own surface. So we're going to do one more. And we need to go back to our height, and this should be metal. Sorry, we forgot to rename that. So this is metal. And for our last one, this is our normal. So if you've ever worked with normal maps, you know that they're purple. So we're going to go edit. This one's a little bit different, and I may screw this up. So we're going to do adjustments, and give me a second. We wanted to do edit fill. So if you can see that, yell at me. Edit fill. All right, so we will probably stop this here now, but basically we're wanting to do assign some colors to this. So let's see if we can do color balance. And let's see if I can turn these up and down. Nope. So I'm going to stop it there. On the next video, I'll show you how to get this to a correct color, which is the normal, which is going to be 128, 128, and 255. Let's try that one more time. Color, let's try that. Nope. All right, so I'm going to stop there. I'm going to stop embarrassing myself. Basically, this last one is going to be a normal color, and these are going to be purple. Maybe I'll show you on the last one. But go ahead right now, and you'll save these out as separate PSDs, Photoshop files. So base layer, and then you'll turn everything off in this roughness, turn everything off, and just have height, metal, and then normal. All these are separate files. So I'm going to stop this recording now, but again, this should be purple, and I'll show you that in just a second.